What if we could cure Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, any spinal cord injury, or even create a heart for someone waiting for a transplant? Today, I would like to make you aware of the benefits of embryological stem cell research and why the government should federally financially back it. Information gathered from my speech came from multiple websites, including the New York Times, America.gov, and gnews.com. Embryonic stem cell research is legal, and it can cure multiple diseases and may lead to a cure for cancer, and it will increase the standard of living for millions of Americans. The government should provide financial backing. Let's start by seeing what happened if the government chose to turn its head and not help us. Having to tell someone with a spinal cord injury that they might potentially have a cure for them, but that the research on it is going so slow that it will not help them during their lifetime. That just seems wrong. What if you were in the hospital with the need of a heart? You're waiting for someone to die so that you can live. That definitely does not seem right, especially if there's an alternative out there. While having to tell someone there's nothing we can do for them besides have them hope and pray, there's something that is almost just as disturbing. Having to rely on private investors for what could be the biggest breakthrough of the 21st century, while the government sits there and does nothing and expects us to fend for ourselves. As you can understand, the current state we are in is one of discomfort and is unsatisfactory. We are so close to the finish line that all we need is a push from Big Brother, yet somehow they don't know how or what to do. I have some suggestions. The government spends almost $100 billion each year on medical research that has a far less potential than stem cell research. The government also spends $15 billion a year on the NASA program, $56 billion a year on the transportation department, and a whopping $515 billion a year on the military. I'm sure with one of these programs and scratching some of the less productive $100 billion research programs, we could find money for embryonic stem cell research. What if we had the ability to test new drugs without using it on an animal such as a lab rat, a monkey, or a dog? What we can do is take designated stem cells and introduce a potential drug and find out if the drug is harmful or beneficial. This would greatly limit the casualties that potential drugs would have on animal or human testers. What if no one suffered from Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, paralysis, diabetes, or cancer? I'm sure everyone who hears this speech knows of at least someone who suffers from one of these diseases. Now I just want you to close your eyes and think. Think of that person. Think of them living a healthy life with no disease, no physical setback. Does that not just bring a smile to your face thinking about it? To prevent serious delay or stall in this research, we must tell our government our opinion and that they need to support embryonic stem cell research. We must all let them know what we think. We must start with demonstrations and public service announcements, informing the general public of our opinion and that we're sick of suffering from these diseases, and let them know of the government's unwillingness to support this research. We also, if not more importantly, need to talk to our congressmen and our senators to let them know how we think, because those are the ones we put in power, and they should do by our will. Embryonic stem cell research will help millions of people, but is being slowed down because it has to sell itself to private investors. This is very time-consuming and extremely wasteful. We're wasting precious time to help millions of people because our government won't help us out. In order for a future where almost all Americans can live longer lives and spend more time with their loved ones, our government must make an investment in our future and spend our money wisely. They must support embryonic stem cell research.